They're phenomenal. I expect greatness from them at this point because that's all I've ever known from them. Welcome back, and thank you for joining me for another reaction video. If you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe and turn on those notifications. Then you'll get alerts when these go live. Now, I woke up this morning and I had a bunch of comments saying that Band Maid had released a new live video for a song called Freedom, and it was back from their Valentine's Day concert this year, so still fairly recent. I wanted to jump on it straight away. I want to give you guys something to look forward to today. I know how much you love them. I love them too, so it's kind of a win-win. At the time of this recording, video's only been out for 5 hours, but I will make sure that it all gets edited and uploaded and goes live today. Hopefully be one of the first ones to do it. But yeah, really looking forward to it. Band Maid, Freedom. Let's see what you got. Classic rock and roll riff. What I love about that is it is a classic rock and roll riff. It's that kind of style, that lots of repetition even within the top and tail itself, and it's really catchy, it's easy listening. And traditionally what you would hear with that is a bassist doing a much more subdued role in that. They would play certain anchor notes to accent the kick drum and hit you in the chest at a concert, so that was the power bit, and they do one or two things to stay in line with the melody, but it would be mostly repetitive picking on the same notes to kind of back up that harmony or enhance the harmony. What Misa does that I really love is she finds a way to take something like that and make her own. She adds real value to the piece because at the end of her loops, and this is such a subtlety, but at the end of her top and tail, she does like, sometimes she'll do like a small, like 2 or 3 note run, and it doesn't go anywhere near a solo, of course, but it still sticks to that repeatable structure, and she's able to pull it off where she's adding real value. It helps that guitar link back into its next top again, and it just is a fantastic credit to her understanding of the music and her understanding of her instrument. So I thought it was important to say. Okay. Okay, so it's building into something now. I'm assuming this is, if it's following a traditional structure, then this would be like a pre-chorus. But they are really good at a lot of things. One of those things is knowing when to pull back and knowing when to push forward. And in that verse, they did a great job of pulling back, right? So that same guitar riff that you heard that had so much punch and power to it, it was still there. It was just pushed further back in the mix a little bit. So sometimes they do that by taking some of the low end off of the guitar tone. Sometimes it's just a volume switch, but they also pander to the right. I always encourage when you're listening to live recordings that you do so with some decent headphones, or any headphones really, because the engineer is almost an extra band member, and his talent can be heard then. It's not very easy to hear, or it's almost impossible to hear when you're listening through like laptop speakers or off your phone. So when you get a gap, please go and do that. But yeah, they stripped right back. The drum production is really high quality, so they've pushed it forward a bit, but it was the vocals, right? You want to hear the vocals. You want the vocals to catch up that kind of run that she's doing. It's more like a speaking phrasing at the moment. But then they go into this, I'm assuming pre-chorus, and the harmonies, they are just so in tune with each other, the two vocalists. And I don't mean just literally, obviously you expect them to be in tune, but they understand each other's vocals really well and how to make those harmonies a standout feature of what they do. Okay, I'm going back to the beginning of the chorus. Well, I'm going to try to. And the reason that I want to do this is because I want you to hear what the guitar is doing to help enhance the basic hit machine that is Band Maid. They're so good at producing really catchy choruses, and just song after song after song. It's like they never run out of these hits. And something that will help you understand how they're able to do that is they're understanding that the guitar work and the vocals don't have to be doing the same thing. So the vocals have got that kind of melody to itself, but the guitars are doing a climb. So they're sliding up the neck, and there's a point where the vocals leave the guitar behind and it goes lower. And it's just knowing that they can break away from each other and they can meet up again at the next loop. And that's what helps create that catchy formula that we used to. It doesn't hurt that they play it really well too. Listen for the slide going up. I think that's awesome. I'm not going to go back because they're going into kind of the next part of the song now. I'll go back so it leads in, actually. I do kind of want to hear it. So cool because she's such a great component vocally of the band, and I'm really glad that she's had like just her own little moments to shine a bit. I think it's awesome, and I think, again, they do that really well. Even if they're doing solos, even if they're doing instrumentals like we saw with Onset, they find a way for everyone to stand out and shine, and they should, because they're all fantastic. So in one of my previous videos, sorry, I'm going back here. Apologies for the extra pause there. I would like to leave it a bit longer between them. I want you to keep the flow of the song, but I had given a bunch of reasons as to why they could be crowding around the drummer, and I'm trying to learn the names. I've got them up here. So the drummer is Akane, right? So, you know, I said a lot of things like it could be that there's an error or they're trying to work something out. Maybe there's been a technical malfunction. No, turns out they're just pulling faces at each other, trying to put each other off. If you can have that much fun while you're playing and you could be so trusting in each other to have that good a time, that's why they are a step above so many other bands that you listen to play a similar kind of music. I love this. Oh no. Oh, she's good. Oh, she's very good. I play a very, very, very amateur level of drums. And one thing I noticed when I started trying to pick it up and learn it, moving from guitar, which is like my primary instrument, because you don't have those different notes, and of course you have different tonal values to the toms and stuff. The beat becomes your note change, right? And she is so good at providing sections that you can recognize when there's a change. A lot of drummers, when they do a solo, just look for speed, right? And even though they're doing something technical and something that you can admire, they're doing it so quick and so at the same consistency and speed that you almost lose a lot of that and it just becomes something that's fast. She breaks it up, she adds different value pieces, and she has different sort of percussive rhythms that you can hear the switch in, and that is so important in solos. She's just incredible and didn't miss a note. Of course she didn't. I'm an idiot for even saying that. Nice bass roaming. Go back so it leads in. Didn't overplay it. Please don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that wasn't technical. It was, and it was quick, and it had a bunch of elements in there that most guitarists will look at and go, one day. But she didn't overplay it. She just picked the right amount of time to do her solo in, right amount of kind of bars, played some really nice pieces that gave you an enhancement of the melody. That's another thing. When you're doing a solo, it is nice to throw back to some rhythm or melody pieces of either the verse or the chorus, just to have like, it's kind of a throwback to the song because you've almost forgotten about it. When you're doing solo handoffs from the drummer to the guitarist, you can sometimes forget about that melody, and it's nice to nod back to them just a little bit, not too much, just a little bit, so that when it all comes back in again, it feels fresh, but it feels recognizable. Nice bass chord runs. I'm going back, so I want you to hear that. When you go into a crowd participation piece where you strip back, the drummer will usually do something percussive to keep the beat or keep the melody, because crowds are notoriously bad at keeping to that. And then when the band comes back in, it's awkward, it's uncomfortable, it doesn't always feel as tight. So she's got that kick drum going, so the crowd knows what to stick to. Vocalist is still singing to encourage them, obviously. And but the bass is, a lot of basses again will just run and just slide and hit a note and let that ring. Hidden notes there, but she's doing nice like sort of chord work, sort of 2-3 notes in the chord, and ringing those out, and it adds like a harmonic value to what she's doing, which is really classy. God, this music makes me happy. Those runs, that's what I'm talking about. They're phenomenal. I expect greatness from them at this point because that's all I've ever known from them. They are very, very smart with their melody, their structure, their songwriting, and they do it in a way that even though there is a similar or more conventional formula to the structure of their songs, there's still so much in it that is fresh and new and their own that it is very palatable. It makes me very happy. My ears are very happy. And whenever I hear they've got a new song out or a video to a new song that I can react to, because it's almost torture not listening to these songs and waiting for videos to come out. But I loved them, and I loved that. That was no different. Thank you so much for giving me the alarm I needed this morning to jump on it. And I really hope you enjoyed that, because I sure did. Until the next one, please be safe, be nice to each other, and have a damn good day.